Hello paper crafters, I'm Sunny Sky and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today we're using this fun set, Quirky Critters, to create a very soft, delicate little card here. There is some wink of Stella on the Narwhal, especially down on his little horn. I know it's hard to see in the video. And this ribbon is retired. It's from Celebration, but I just wanted to use it because it fit perfectly with this card. So here's the sizes you need. Full card, 3x3 that would put the Narwhal image on, or any image in this set would fit on that size cardstock. And then our colored layer of Soft Sky, which is 4x5 1/4. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm using this stamp with both the Soft Sky and with the basic black archival ink. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp my background piece first, so that I won't have to clean the stamp. If you go from lighter to darker, you can switch colors, and we've talked about that before. And I'm just going to randomly put this stamp around the cardstock. Now, only the edges of the image will show up once we put our main image underneath, so we don't really have to worry about the winner. But I just don't have to worry about the center, but I want to make sure that I'm just creating some interest all around the edges there. Okay, so we're stamping that, and then we'll take our 3x3 piece and stamp in black. And the black is the archival ink, and you can color over top of it, which is what we're going to do. The basic black and the basic gray can be colored on, unlike the other colors of inks that are in the dye category. And you could also use the Memento ink pad to stamp that as well. And then we're just going to color in the image. This is a very delicate card, and I'm going to use markers. Usually when I color, I use the blender pen or the aqua painter. If you're coloring a large image on the markers, it does tend to look sort of lined, where the colors overlap. You get a little bit of color run there, and so sometimes I don't care for that look. But we're just going to do part of the Narwhal today, and so it overlapping a little bit is not going to be a problem. So it's a quick, easy way to color in with the marker. So I'm just doing the spots on the Narwhal's head in this blue. This is Soft Sky. I'm going to do kind of a wide line around the Narwhal because the edges of the fish would be more in shadow than what's in the center. And so we're just creating some dimension on this flat image. And let me just add a little more color around the eyes there. So we're just kind of coloring along the edge. And that was Soft Sky, and then I'm just coming in with the Smoky Slate, and this is a little bit darker color. I'm just going to do a more narrow line around the edge of the image, and that's going to create even more shadowing. And these images do come with the picture or the drawing, and also the sentiment is on the same stamp. But you know, if you wanted to use just part of it, you can always ink up just part of your stamp, and you can do that with your markers too. Ink up the parts of the stamp that you want to use and leave the other part blank. So you could do the image if you wanted to make this a different card for Cinnamon. Maybe you want to get well card and you didn't want it to say you are special. You could just ink up the image. In fact, let me just show you with one of the other ones from this image, or from this stamp set. Let's do the snail here. So here, this is the Smoky Slate marker that we were just using. So I could just take the little snail here, and I could just color him in with the marker. I'm not really worried about it drying out because I'm just going to moisten it up at the end here. Let me I've got a spare piece of cardstock here. Okay, so I didn't put ink on the image or on the words, just on the image. And then I'm going to huff it, which means I'm going to breathe heavily on it, just as you would if you were cleaning your glasses. And that just gives it some moistness. And then I'll just set it down, and there it is. So that is a quick way to stamp your image if you wanted to use different words with it. Alright, so our narwhal here is all colored in, and then he's kind of a special creature, so I'm going to add this wink of Stella, the clear wink of Stella, and I'm going to make his little horn glisten, and then I'm going to add some along his spots and a little bit along his back here, just to make him sparkle and shine a little bit. Don't necessarily have to cover the whole image, but just give him some more of that glittery effect. Alright, and then I have a layer here that I've already wrapped the ribbon around. You don't need to see that since this ribbon is not available anymore. I don't have all the new ribbons from the catalog, but you could choose any sort of soft ribbon to put on here. And I'm going to use these foam dimensional strips, and I'm going to just come up the two sides of the image just to pop this image up. And also this adhesive is going to help keep that ribbon right where we want it on our card. That'll be handy. And just adhere that down, and then we have one more little thing here, and these are these Glitter Enamel Dots, and they come in 4 different colors, and so I'm just going to use a selection of the blue dots here, and they go there with different sizes and different shades of color. Yep, get that attached there. And so I'm just going to make the larger one be a lighter color, and then I'm just going to get a little bit darker as I go down in size as well. Just added a little more glimmer there. Okay, so there's our narwhal, and then we're just going to put him on the full card, just like that. Oh, and one thing I did on my original one that I forgot to do on this one, but we can still do, is to add a little bit of color along the edge of the top layer. And I'm just running the side of my marker along there. Oops. Not real good to do this after it's adhered together, but let's see if we can get away with it. It's a nice subtle color, so I should be okay doing that. Alright, one more little batch here, just to give it a little bit of color there. You can also run along the edge of the ink pad. I've done that before, so then I would just glue that together. And then I wanted to show you a couple other cards I did. This is a sloth image that's on here. This is some paper that I just had lying around. Did a birthday card for my husband with that. And then I stamped a bunch of the same image and then colored them all in. So just a very simple card. But anyways, thanks for joining me today. Now go have some fun crafting.